Good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, I wanted to get on here and give my review of TNA Victory Road 2024. I do apologize in advance. I never did get around to doing a preview of the show. I actually totally forgot about the show, but once I saw that it was up on TNA Plus, since I subscribed to that, I was like, "Oh snap! I need to watch that." So I did finally get around to watching it, and I was like, "Yeah, I got to do a review on it," you know. So. Victory Road took place on September 13th. It was a Friday night. It took place at the Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio, Texas. So Victory Road, pretty decent lineup of matches. So let's jump right on into the action. One second, let me get my graphics up. Alright, let's get started with the first match. Where the heck is it? Here we go. Alright, first match. So we had two pre-show matches, countdown to Victory Road matches. So first up, we had Time Splitter KUSHIDA taking on Leon Slater. Overall, a good matchup. I like both of these guys. Match was too short, though. That was my only complaint, was just the match was too short. But, both went back and forth. Both did some high flying, and, it was a good clash of styles between these two. I've gotten a chance to see Leon Slater live as well via back in April. And I've met KUSHIDA as well, so this was a really good matchup. Really, really good matchup. KUSHIDA was able to submit Leon Slater, hitting that avalanche cross arm breaker, coming off the top turnbuckle, transitioning into the cross arm breaker, and then pretty much tapped out a couple of seconds afterwards. So KUSHIDA with a submission victory to open up. Alrighty. And then we go to our next match. This was the last match of the pre-show. Check it out. Okay. You had a tag team match. You had the team of Steve Maclin and Eric Young taking on the powerhouse team of Jake Something and Hammerstone. And I gotta keep it real, this match wasn't that long either, and Jake Something and Hammerstone pretty much dominated this match. If we can keep it real, they pretty much dominated this match. So, yeah. Jake Something pinned Eric Young after the Into the Void for the 1-2-3, but this looks like a very beastly team that I think could really thrive in TNA. So, Jake Something, Hammerstone, I like the combo. I definitely like the combo. But, yeah, they get the victory. Not bad, not bad. Okay, now we go into the main card. Main card of Victory Road. Starts off with a tag team match. So, for this, we had the Hardys, of course, it's Matt and Jeff Hardy, taking on First Class, made up of AJ Francis and KC Navarro. Pretty decent match. I mean, you got the young team of First Class taking on the longtime vets. I mean, they put up a good fight. They definitely put up a good fight. KC Navarro, I've seen quite a number of times. But, yeah, they put up a good fight and really just This match lasted longer than I thought it was going to last. I will say that. I will definitely say that. But, of course, they weren't going to beat the Hardys. Come on now. Come on now. But the Hardys, Jeff Hardy pinned Casey Navarro for the 1-2-3 after the Matt Hardy Twist of Fate and then Swanton Bomb from Jeff Hardy. You know, they do that combo a lot. But afterwards, the Hardys pick up the victory. But like I said, pretty decent match. First class, put up a good fight. I will say that. Okay. Next up, we had my favorite match of the whole entire show. Hands down, my favorite match. Here we go. First title on the line for this card, the X Division Championship. As the champ, Zachary Wentz of the Rascals defended against Speedball Mike Bailey. Oh my God. This match was phenomenal. Honestly, I'd be willing to say match of the year candidate, to be honest with you. Because I'm all about some X Division action, and these two tore the roof off the venue. I mean, just back and forth. These two put on a show. Phenomenal match. Very phenomenal match. And, you know, I can't say I've seen Zachary Wentz in a whole lot of singles matches, but I have to say, from what I've seen of Zachary Wentz, this was definitely his best singles match. Definitely his best. And just Speedball. Speedball being Speedball. And just, this was a very entertaining, extremely enjoyable match. My favorite match of the whole card. And Speedball was able to put away Zachary Wentz with a flamingo driver. Gets the 1-2-3. And now Speedball Mike Bailey is not one, not two, but now a 3-time X Division champion. So, fortunately, Zachary Wentz didn't have the title that long. It was really a bummer, because after that performance, I would have loved to have seen him beat Mike Speedball. Because I think Zachary Wentz, from what he showed, the performance he put on, I really would have loved for him to have held on to this title longer. But it is what it is, but favorite match of the whole card. Indeed. Okay, so check this out. We were originally supposed to get this match, PCO and Rhino versus Matt Cardona, Steph DeLander, but what ended up happening was everybody got to the ring. Steph DeLander got on the microphone and pretty much told how PCO, Matt Cardona, they need to settle all that. And then she unfortunately announced that she needed to get neck surgery. She needed to get neck surgery. She's going to be out for a while. Really unfortunate when you hear announcements like that. So they didn't end up having the match. PCO ended up leaving with Steph DeLander. And then pretty much Matt Cardona just attacks Rhino. But, you know, hits the Rough Rider lariat. Leg lariat. But, yeah. So, didn't even have a match. Didn't even have a match. And, yeah. So, was supposed to happen, but it didn't happen. Alright. Let's go on to our next match. This is our next title match. Here we go. So, we had the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships on the line. Was supposed to be Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards, but due to Alicia Edwards being out with a neck injury, Tasha Steelz stepped in as the replacement tag team champs. So we had the champs of Masha Slamovich and Tasha Steelz, and they defended against Spitfire of Dani Luna and Jody Threat The only stipulation is if Spitfire loses, they must disband. It was a pretty action-packed match. Of course, Alicia Edwards was there ringside for the match. And it seemed like Masha Slamovich and Tasha Steelz were working pretty well together. But, I mean, Spitfire. I mean, they've been teaming up for a good number of months now, so they definitely have the chemistry advantage. But overall, this was actually a pretty enjoyable match. And just, you know, seeing moments of Dani Luna and Jody Threat just kind of bonding and just, you know, pumping each other up and just really leaving it out there in the ring. And sure enough, it ended up working out in their favor as Jody Threat ended up pinning Masha Slamovich after the double team pressure drop finisher, which was actually a pretty cool finisher, a pretty cool tag team finisher. They hit the pressure drop. Jody Threat with the pin on Masha, 1, 2, 3. And Spitfire, Dani Luna, Jody Threat are now your two-time TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to them. They're the champs, and they don't have to disband. After the match, Alicia Edwards kind of had words for Masha. Got up in her face. Masha wasn't taking that. Tasha Steelz ended up dropping Masha with a cutter. Beat her down some more. And pretty much Tasha and Alicia stand tall together. So, well, what bond Masha had with Alicia Edwards has now been eliminated. So, sucks that it went down that way. It is what it is, though. All right, let's go into our next match. We had a singles match. We had the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, taking on Joe Hendry. Of course, they got a little bit of history against each other. Of course, Josh Alexander costing Joe Hendry a shot at the TNA World Championship. But here they are duking it out at Victory Road. Pretty good match overall. Both showcasing their power, and of course Josh Alexander with the submission skills as well. Definitely went back and forth. The ref got knocked down. Joe Hendry had Josh Alexander in an ankle lock. Josh tapped out, but of course referee was down. Referee couldn't see it. Once the referee was finally got back up, and there was a moment where Josh Alexander was able to hit a low blow on Joe Hendry, but only this time it didn't do any harm, as Joe Hendry was wearing a cup that had a picture of his face on there. Did eventually drop Josh Alexander with the standing ovation, and then put him right back into that ankle lock, gave the little grapevine, sat down on it, right in the middle of the ring, and Josh Alexander had no choice but to tap out. So Joe Hendry taps out Josh Alexander with an ankle lock to get the victory. So he got his revenge. Definitely got his revenge. Great match. Hey, believe in Joe Hendry. Okay, our final 3 matches were all championship matches. So, check it out. Next, back to tag team. We had the TNA World Tag Team Championships on the line as the champs, the ABC of Chris Bay, Ace Austin, taking on the System of Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards. Match was all right. I thought that the match was all right. It seemed like the System kind of had the upper hand for the most part. And then, you know, about the middle to near the end of the match, it really picked up quite a bit. But not the outcome that I was hoping for. But it is what it is. Eddie Edwards pinned Chris Bay for the 1-2-3 after a spear from Brian Myers, and then Eddie Edwards followed it up with a Boston Knee Party. So a spear Boston Knee Party combo to put away the ABC and therefore the system. Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards are once again your TNA World Tag Team Champions. So they get the belts back. Kind of a bummer. I like ABC. Really, really a bummer. But it is what it is. So, therefore, another title change. So that's 3 title changes right there. X Division, TNA World Knockouts, and World Tag Team. So 3 title changes so far. Okay. Let's go to our next match. Here we go. All right. This was for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. As the champion, Jordynne Grace defended against, from NXT, Wendy Choo. Big, big opportunity for Wendy Choo, and I felt like she made the best of it. Put up a great fight against Jordynne Grace. Yeah, I really don't have any complaints at all about this match. I felt like the match was pretty good. Both ladies looked great. But Jordynne Grace was able to eventually hit Wendy Choo with that Juggernaut driver. Pinned her for the 1-2-3. Jordynne Grace, still your TNA Knockouts World Champion. And of course, Rosemary shows up. And then both her and Wendy attack Jordynne Grace and pretty much drop her. And, yeah. So Rosemary, Wendy Choo, they've had quite chemistry together. You know, they've been working this angle, working together, and, you know, I like it. I like the combo. Rosemary, Wendy Choo, for what their gimmicks are, it makes sense. So, I assume that maybe Jordynne Grace may defend the title against Rosemary at some point, but we'll see. All right, and then the main event of Victory Road 2024. This was for the TNA World Championship. As the champ, Nick Nemeth defended against Moose. Definitely a big back and forth match. Both laid it all out on the line, even hit each other's signatures and finishers. Definitely went back and forth. There was a lot of interference, especially from the system. And then even JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, appeared and kind of helped even the odds and whatnot. Like, it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. But, definitely went back and forth. I mean, after all, Moose is a former champ. But Nick Nemeth was able to finish strong and put away Moose with a second. It took a second danger zone to finally put away Moose for the 1-2-3. Hard fought match, but Nick Nemeth still your TNA World Champion. So congrats to him. Overall, Victory Road was alright. It was a pretty alright show. Like I said, I really enjoyed Speedball and Zachary Wentz for the X Division title. That was my favorite. Hands down my favorite match of the whole card. Definitely went the distance. It was amazing. And then, just to keep an eye out, next upcoming event, of course, you know the big one for TNA, their big one, is Bound for Glory, which is October 26th, which will be in Detroit, the Motor City. So, we got that. Let's see. TNA Turning Point in November 29th, Winston-Salem. I'll actually be at that show. I'll be at that show live. Final Resolution will be on December 13th. So those looks like the next 3 big shows. Bound for Glory, Turning Point, Final Resolution. So got those to look forward to. But yeah, should be good. Should be good. Which, Turning Point, Final Resolution will both be on TNA Plus. And it looks like Bound for Glory will be pay-per-view. Yeah, it looks like that'll be pay-per-view. So yeah, that'll do it for this review. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty. The link is in the description for some awesome video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. And if you want to make a purchase, don't forget to use that promo code Blitzball_champ for 10% off of your order. So definitely take advantage of that. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts were on TNA Victory Road 2024. What did you think of the show? What did you think of the outcome? Especially the title changes. What did you think of the title changes? But yeah, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Hope y'all have a blessed rest of the weekend, and I will see y'all on the next video and or live stream. Peace. Later.